I've been in such a state of shock after seeing the NICU nurse that was arrested in Virginia for abusing babies, specifically babies of color. And I did a contract there in 2021. And I'm pretty sure I saw her in passing, but obviously I was in the OR. I was not in the NICU. I've never worked in the NICU a day in my life, but I've seen a lot of NICU nurses weighing in on, oh, well, NICU nurses are never alone with a baby. Like, how is this possible for her to do this so many times? And why did that hospital system let her back? And all I'm going to say, as somebody that did a contract at that hospital, is they are chronically understaffed. Chronically understaffed. Our nurse manager at the time was a traveler. We had so much turnover in the operating room and could not keep staff. There were times where I worked 20 hours straight being called in the middle of the night because they were that short-staffed. That's how that happened. And it's unsafe, it's unacceptable, but I pray that bringing this to light will protect future babies there. And the fact that people like that still exist in healthcare is so disheartening, but it is a reality. And nurses, if you see something, if you hear comments from anybody, report, because we have to protect these patients. As healthcare professionals, we take an oath to protect these patients. And even if you weren't directly involved in it, if you see anything concerning, if people are not treating patients equally, ethically, report it. I saw enough of that in Alabama, and I know that it is very real and completely exists, and it is so sad, but we've got to do a better job of reporting these kind of people and getting them out of healthcare, because that should never happen.
Hey guys, welcome back again to the channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So in today's video, I came across this trending video, disturbing sort of, on TikTok, where a nurse, like a nurse, was breaking the bones of NICU babies that are still like newborns. What is the word turning into again? Like, what is this word turning into? This is so disheartening, right? And yeah, when I saw this video, I just have to share it. And this is for information purposes, okay, only, so that people get informed and also be at alert. Okay, let's go watch out these videos.
Just in case you thought systemic racism wasn't a thing, let's take a look at this story of a Caucasian nurse who's been breaking the bones of NICU infants. Yes, you heard that right, NICU infants. While they're in the NICU, trying to hold on for dear life, grow, put on some weight, bond with their caregivers, and make it successfully out of there so that they can go on to live their lives. She's trying to end their lives before they even started. And to think that she was granted paid administrative leave just goes to show you how systemic this racism is. If this is not a sign for us to rally up, get our money up, either leave or be our own bosses, and ensure that we're not entrusting the care of our precious little children to people who could potentially want to harm them, I don't know what is. I am livid, I'm sad, I'm heartbroken for the families of those babies, and I hope they get the justice they deserve by her being, yeah. That's all I have to say about that.
This woman, her, she's an RN, and she was just arrested for breaking the bones of Black newborns in the NICU. 26-year-old Erin Elizabeth Ann Strotman of Virginia was booked on charges of aggravated child abuse and malicious wounding. So at the hospital this occurred at, there would be like strings of like 3 or 4 babies that would end up with like fractures all over them, and nobody could figure out why. In fact, the hospital actually had to shut down its NICU to do this investigation, putting how many newborns in harm's way in doing so. We don't know. I do want to mention that Elizabeth Strotman was previously put on leave per an investigation into her for an entire year. I do want to mention that it was a paid administrative leave, but then the hospital brought her back, and this continued to happen. Thank goodness that some of these parents called CPS to really kick this investigation into high gear. Nurses take an oath not to harm. So how is it possible that these nurses can harm the most innocent of us? Disgusting. Jail. I would say goodnight, my precious, but like, this story bummed me out, dude. Yuck.
Y'all, this story got me a little bit emotional because it hits really close to home for me. So in Virginia at Henrico Doctors Hospital, they have a NICU, okay? And in that NICU, babies started showing up with unexplained fractures and wounds. Now, this apparently happened over the summer, then it got a little bit better, and then it started happening again. It also happened a few times in 2023, to the point that the NICU said, we are shutting this down, no more NICU admissions until we figure out what's going on. And an investigation was launched, and it turned out a 26-year-old nurse by the name of Elizabeth Strotman was the one who was allegedly committing these acts, apparently for just funsies. Now, she has been charged with malicious wounding and felony child abuse, but let me kind of put my take on this. My daughter was born at 29 weeks and 3 days. We spent 43 days in the NICU. These babies are the most vulnerable of the most vulnerable. And the fact that somebody could harm children, let alone premature infants, is beyond reprehensible. And I hope that the full weight of the law comes down on her. So I will say this too. If you had a child in the NICU at Henrico Doctors Hospital in Virginia and you dealt with a fracture sometime while you were there, you may want to reach out to investigators.
So that nurse that was harming those black babies in the NICU, breaking their bones, I hope that you get everything that you deserve in jail. That is sick, okay? Like, to have an individual like that working in a hospital is crazy. And we have to have better mental health checks for these people that are working in the hospitals, nurses, doctors, whoever. Because there's no way that the place that you go to for help for your child is the same place where you end up having your child be worse than they were. It's crazy, and it makes me mad because when I see a child, all I want to do is protect. But there's people working in the hospital with a demon in them like that just want to harm you or your child. It's crazy. It's stressful to think about it, and it's just super sad, and something gotta give. Something gotta be better. Like, oh my God, I'm stressed.
Like, this is so heartbreaking. I can't believe that somebody will have such mind to do such a thing to a child. Like, do such a thing to a child. How wicked is this world turning into? And these nurses, these people are supposed to be like life giver to these children, because these kids do not even know anything. They are so vulnerable. So they need all the love and care and all the support while they are still there. And parents will end up carrying a fractured bone child back home just because somebody out there is being wicked to them, being mean for no reason. Oh my God, this story is so heartbreaking. I don't know how you guys are seeing it, but I think the world is just turning into something. Seriously, for somebody to ever think in that direction to hold a child, like a newborn, an infant, then I think he's crazy, like very much insane. This is so heartbreaking. I'm so happy that she has been, arrested. Okay, I hope that all the children that she has done that to get their all of them get what they deserve, right? I really hope that the parents get everything that they deserve, because this is really painful. It's so painful. Anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Okay, let's have that conversation in the comment section. I'm just so touched right now. I'm so livid, and I don't even know what to say anymore. This is so painful for somebody to ever think about. It has never even crossed, like, how can such a thing cross someone's heart? Oh my God. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Please do well to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. See you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.